I've noticed Epel keeps adding kana to the end of his sentences. What does it mean? Kana can be a multitude of things in English, such as probably, I guess, I think, I wonder, etc. A basic explanation would be a word used to express uncertainty, but like most things when it comes to language, that is not the only thing it does. A quick review of Epel. From his first day at NRC he has been under order from Vil to speak more politely, as he tends to use informal speech with his senpai. As a result, Epel often adds kana to what he is saying, and that is because one of the things that it can do is soften something that you're saying in order to make it sound less direct, and thus more polite. For example, Epel telling Colum that his assumption is wrong, and telling Vil that he disagrees with him, are sentences that he is awkwardly gentling via kana, after a pause, as though it is not a part of his normal speech pattern. This gets into cultural differences. When Ace assumes that Epel is dedicated to a certain brand of apple juice, an English-speaking Epel could confidently respond, that's not actually the case, and it would not be rude. But that could be interpreted as rather brusque in Japanese. In order to soften the expression, Epel adds kana at the end, which sounds more like, that might not be the case, I'm not sure that is exactly what is going on, etc., in English. Even though he knows with 100% certainty that he is not actually dedicated to a certain brand of juice, he is still using kana in order to not sound too brusque. This can and does cause issues when translating in between languages. A Japanese learner who only knows that kana means, I think, might not add it onto sentences where they are certain about something, and thus risk annoying their Japanese-speaking colleagues, for example. In contrast, an English learner may say, I think, too often, leading their English-speaking colleagues to wonder why they don't seem to actually know anything. It's all part of the joy of language and culture. While there are several words in Japanese that can be used to soften your phrasing, Epel seems to have latched onto kana in particular, possibly because it is an easy word to add on to the last part of what might otherwise be a rude sentence in an attempt to avoid a reprimand from Vil. Other times, Epel will belatedly add desu onto his sentences, also in a bid to sound more polite than he is used to speaking. EN is doing its best to recreate Epel's kana by including things like kind of, not sure, and maybe in his dialogue, but as sounding uncertain doesn't necessarily make you sound polite in English, this may not be having the same effect. Bonus: the Japanese language has 4 different alphabets: Romaji, Kanji, katakana and hiragana, and katakana is the alphabet used for foreign loanwords. Whereas other characters who use honorifics have kun and san written in hiragana in their dialogue, Epel's dialogue uses katakana. This is possibly meant to symbolize how using honorifics in these situations is foreign to him, and he is not used to it. When he does shift into using honorifics in hiragana, it is only when he is talking to people from his own village, people he is used to.